Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, AmeFrika Lifestyle. If you're new here, please subscribe and follow me so you do not miss any of my videos. So for today, I'll be showing you the little garden that I made in my backyard. I am so excited, guys. It's a very small garden, but I made sure that I grew the kales, the vegetable that I like. I also grew the cilantro. I also grew the tomatoes, onions. I grew the beans and almost everything that comes out of my kitchen. I like to cook a lot, so the reason why I was doing this experiment, I was also doing this just out of curiosity because I grew up growing crops and in the village. But now that I had moved to this place, I wasn't sure if the soil here is good enough or if these plants will grow. So really, this was an experiment, and I'm very excited that it has turned out to be great. It turned out as I expected, guys. Even though just a few of them really did not go, I think the reason was because it's extremely hot, and for some time there was no rain, and then the environment for these plants might not be that conducive for them to grow, and that is why I was not able to salvage some of these plants. So I actually started off with a bed. My I put them up the soil together, and then I bought the seeds of the home goods and gardens. So we grew it from scratch, guys. So this is really exciting. I cannot wait to have these kales and like come to the garden, get them ready, and then prepare dinner for my family. I can use it for juicing. We cook kales a lot here for as a side vegetable. That's also something that I enjoy. So I love them when they're fresh from my own garden because I know exactly what I put in them. Interesting, interesting, guys. So the preparation for the soil was something lengthy. It took a while to prepare. With the help of my mother-in-law, she did a really good job with this one, which I am very excited about. We did not incur much of anything really. We just bought these seedlings. It was roughly $3, I think. For it was a dollar and some cents, maybe $20 for a packet sachet of all of these. Some of them actually I ordered them off Amazon, and for example, the peppers. Was it the bell pepper? It was one of those ones, but I don't see it did not grow at all. It was outgrown by the bushes and the weeds. Now, one thing with this is that I bought a sachet of spinach, and then the other sachet was for the kales. But what is so interesting and surprising with growing them yourself is what happened. So I kept waiting for the spinach to germinate, but really they all seemed to be just kales. So I was wondering what happened to my sachet of spinach, because I am in love with spinach. I enjoy spinach. I could eat it anytime, any day, anywhere. cooked in any way, shape, or form. I do love spinach mainly because of its benefits. We already know about these. It's a good vegetable for salad, anything you can think of, my friend. So, with this, I was a little disappointed when I found out that only it happened to have been a sachet of kales that was mislabeled because the label said spinach and kale, but then everything that grew on my garden when I grew them was kales. But well, it's all good now, and we will have more kale, so we have a lot more to enjoy. And then also, the transplanting period was it took each of them on the back of the bag. It was taking the time frame for the growth was different. Some took 45 days. Others was good for like 60 days. I'm talking days. Others was like 30 days. Oh, actually, I also grew carrots, and that's where I'm got mixed up between which one was cilantro. And now the carrots, they have the same leaves as the cilantro. So I'm mistaken. I'll check it out in a few. Some of my carrots should be growing soon. I'll wait. I'll show you guys how I will harvest each one of them at some point, but not on this video. And then majority of these transplant happened after a while also because the field needed to be prepared and then to dig the holes and then to transplant them, and then it was a lot of irrigation that was going on, so I just had the hose pipe hooked up to the house and then to the tap outside so that I was able to s- to irrigate my plants and the soil like to prepare before I even planted them. I kept waiting for the rain and I said, it's going to be tomorrow. It's going to be tomorrow. Then, one tip that I learned from my mom, she said that it should rain for like at least 3 days, and that will let the water to seep down through to the soil, and that way you're ready to do the transplanting. So one day I came home and she had already transplanted majority of them, with the tomatoes being the best. It outdid itself, guys. I'm really excited to see the end result for the tomatoes and the kales. She also did a great transplant of that. And then we decided that we were going to leave the carrots in the bed, and then also the cilantro, we'll just harvest them from there, which typically should be the case always. I'm not very sure. This is something I'm getting into and I'm very, very passionate about, and I'm curious to learn more about. Okay, guys, exciting time. Very soon, in the next about 30 days, maybe 15 days, we will be doing a harvesting. And the good thing with the kale is I know that I will, instead of me going to like to the store to buy, I'll just go to my garden and then I pluck them. And then I will always regenerate, I will go back again after a couple days because it does not end really. But then the other challenge that we experienced was I could not figure out what animal was coming to come and eat the leaves of these plants when they were already growing. I thought my mom said it was a kind of bird. I've been trying to capture that, but I did not have the image of that bird. So if you wake up early in the morning, they come in, and this is the reason why we have these little bags here. So we were trying to make like a little micro scarecrow something so that it can scare the birds away that are coming to eat our crops. Yes, guys. So this is that, and look forward to showing you more around, and I'm excited for more. Thank you.